You're listening to On Unfiltered at 92.9.
Good evening, my name is DJ Dimplick and you're listening to Unfiltered 92.9 and believe me, I'm quite surprised that we still haven't been wiped off the radio forever. Not long after, one of our interns shouted slurs at a Polish fan. It's going to be a great show for you today. We've got plenty of callers ready and standing on the line, but before we start, the show's sponsored by Fatty Loser. Because why bother exercising when one metal needle that pumps chemicals in your stomach can already make you lose 10 kilos? Caller, you're on the air.
Hey Jim, this topic's been itching me for a while. I was wondering why you ran that small dog over a week ago.
We won't be talking about that.
I'm serious. I was on the road, you fucking moron. Does your life really matter more than the canine? This comes from the big stud who believes in animal welfare and donates to charities that help the small ones fight cancer.
Relax, big boy. Besides, it wasn't my dog, and it sure as shit wasn't yours, so I don't understand why you're making such a big deal out of it.
Why? Why am I making such a big deal out of it? That dog didn't know any better. That small bastard had so much experience in his life. It's never the people like you that go missing.
I don't know who you are, but I have your number, and god damn it, if I wanted to, I could send the militia onto your street, but because I'm a gentleman, I'm sending the pigs over. Some people these days. Anyway, next caller.
Hi Jim, big fan of the show.
Oh, thank you, man.
Is Jim like your real name?
Sorry. Why does that bother you?
Are you Irish?
Ha! Fucking Irish. Bunch of retards. Imagine not being able to grow one potato. It's literally so easy. God, no wonder the entire country was on a famine. I'd be starving too if I was born with less than 7 brain cells. I could go on for hours spitting in the faces of Irish people. The wisdom chases after them, but they run much faster.
That wasn't their fault.
Right, because the British Empire was so chill about letting the Irish feed themselves instead of shipping all the food out while they starved.
You know, Jim, for a talk radio host, you're such an asshole.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe let it out on the Irish. Next caller.
I have your daughter. If you don't pay me 50 grand by the end of the week, that bitch is gonna have more rules than I know what to do.
Wrong number.
What do you mean, wrong number?
You're on the air right in front of hundreds, no, thousands of people.
What station is this?
Unfiltered 92.9.
Tony? How do I turn this fucking thing on? I'm not used to this kind of technology.
Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Jim.
Hello, viewer. What concerns you today?
The society. Have you heard about the gay people moving into our neighborhood? This is not what Roosevelt would have wanted.
Mind explaining why that would be such a bad thing? We don't discriminate anyone here.
I'm sorry, but I cannot let a man who willingly inserts someone else's salami stick into his place where the sun don't shine move onto my street.
You know what the craziest part is, despite their sexual orientation, the human on the inside.
I'm not going to let a faggot mock the straight community. I'm sick of the media trying to tell me what's right and wrong. If I decide I'm not going to eat a salad, then I'm not going to. What is it with you people? And so what that I put a Confederate flag in my living room? Got a problem with that? Oh, I'm sorry. Should I order you a 12-ounce deconstructed latte with 2% soy milk and emulsified pig fat? Maybe you go on your favorite, definitely not political social media site and boast about how some man on the radio hurt your feelings. Or maybe you will gossip to your female friends. Fuck a man to release all your anger out.
I'm sorry, I had to put that guy on mute because
I'm not done yet.
How the fuck did you bypass that?
How is it that gay people get a whole month to celebrate the concept of sticking their thick, gross, slimy tongues into another man's throat and all of this scissoring bullshit when the fags have done nothing that the straights have already done? I mean, when do I get to be praised? When do I get my 15 minutes of attention? You feminine, skinny, high-pitched voice cunts with your little fancy-schmancy theatrical mannerisms disgust me.
Before you leave, may I ask what ethnicity you are?
Mexican.
Explains everything. Are you still here with us?
Yes.
May I suggest that you get some professional help?
Well, may I suggest that you wake up and look outside for at least 3 seconds?
All I'm seeing is a traffic jam.
Ah! The humanity! You take everything so seriously, even the vocabulary. I'm leaving.
Whatever, bro. I just know that your breath smells like Jaffa cakes and balls.
Wait, I don't like Jaffa cakes.
What a piece of work. While we wait on the next caller, I'm going to take a quick piss break. Be right back. It's caller.
I'm going to kill myself, Tim.
Real funny. We got our first prank caller of the day. Everyone,
Oh, seriously, I'm gonna shoot myself.
wait, I remember this voice. This is Jack from the second floor. What's up? How are you doing today?
Rico,
No, my name
you better turn this shit off.
Tough Titties. We're broadcasting to hundreds of people live.
When I die, people are gonna blame you for my death.
Either that or thank me.
What?
You know what? Why don't you go ahead and pull that trigger? Or at least he wasn't lying. Next caller.
Hello?
You sound really constipated.
Hi, love your show.
Everyone tells me that.
I'm looking for a guy who used to work here.
Oh, really? What's his name?
I'm looking for Mr. Janus. First name Hugh.
Do we have a Mr. Janus here?
Just say Hugh Janus.
Hugh Janus. Oh, grow up. That is someone's name. Next caller.
Malaysians.
Sorry, what?
Malaysians. Oh, how I hate the Malaysians. You wanna know why I hate Malaysians?
Why is that?
Because they complain about everything. Their entire country is literally one whole fucking swimming pool. Oh, our water levels keep rising and floods occur every year. Hey, idiots. And I'm being a gentleman and not calling you anything else. What if you all just implemented river restorations and designed a few flood bypass channels? Would that solve the issue? You low brain cell twats? Would you be happy then? It's no wonder why Malaysians always walk around so fucking sad and dopey around Kuala Lumpur. Like, hell, Malaysians are my only problem. There's also the Italians. Like, don't even get me started on the Guidos. Like, these people, if you could even call them that, they think they can just walk around and criticize the cuisines of other countries like they're the ones who invented pizza or some bullshit.
But they did invent pizza.
Too much water, not enough flour, didn't use enough seasoning. My God! Like, if I ever were to meet an Italian, I'd fuck them in their throat with no fucking guilt or regret. Like, preconceptions are instinctive in each and every Italian. Like, the way they throw hand gestures at me as if something hit their nerve system and began to have a seizure. Like, don't even bother trying to communicate with the eye tie. You ask them what time it is, and all you get back is "Gabagini, gabagoo." Like, no, I've realised I've been a real negative Nancy the moment I came in here, but trust me, there is a group of people that, believe it or not, I do like, and that's the Chinese. Like, oh, I love China. Like, ever since I had my first egg roll, I've loved China. And an egg roll don't have eggs in it. Like, I love Chinese people. We have so much in common. I lie, they lie. Like, glory to the masters.
The longer I do this show, the less hope I have for society. Next caller.
Restore your faith in humanity.
Speak of the devil.
Embrace the true nature of life. Open your heart to the truth, and let the light guide your path. This is not mythology or tradition. It is a revelation of the eternal. Feel the sense of your chakras being fully free and released. Are you ready to be transformed?
Well, shit, I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm hooked.
Join the Omicron program today. For only $69.99 a month, you get...
And fuck off. Caller, you're on. Oh, forget it. You get the idea. Oh no. You know, this crazy motherfucker again, man. Go back to rehab, Vic.
What's up, Jim? You down to party tonight?
Not now. You're calling at the most inappropriate time. Let's...
Come on. Inappropriate this, inappropriate that. When was the last time we hang out together, brother? My God, you've changed a lot since you started sucking the cock of that fag you're working for. You take yourself so seriously. He really fucked you over and started bullfrogging. You gay. You're so full of shit that I think you need a laxative. Get out of your little microphone cave and leave the Russian luxury. We've got fantastic sports cars, women, Colombian yayo, champagne, and get this, a nice covered in 24-karat gold. So you can stab your left butt in the back. Tac, spin back from baby. And the flash of the beautiful glowing yellow minerals. But if you are more into guns, then you've come to the right goddamn place. An Uzi, a diamond-studded Uzi with a crocodile leather grip, built by Swiss watchmakers and funded by Siberian pipelines, forged in a Fabergé workshop and baptized in crude oil. Listen to the sound of the bullets. Let me demonstrate. Chinese person. Boom! Bye-bye!
You do realize that you're on speaker, right? My boss just heard everything you said.
Tell your boss I could buy this whole goddamn fucking studio if I wanted to. Maybe next time you remember who it is he's talking to. Whatever, Jim. Call me if you need anything. La stretch.
Kill me! Caller.
Hey, Dimp. I'm pretty worried right now, and I think I just need your opinion on something. Let me explain myself.
I'm listening, bro.
So, about 5 months ago now, I started taking better care of myself.
Why is that a bad thing?
I'm not done. I started doing that because I got my hand a little too deep in the cookie jar. So, there's this girl at my work. You know, she's great. She's friendly, nice. We hang out all the time. You know, get lunch, play games, all that kind of thing. We're not together though. You know, I don't think that's what she wanted. That's not what I wanted either. We're just friends. But you know, anyway, she gives me a number. We just talk about whatever, how our day went, what's going on at work, that kind of thing. But the day after that, I did something that I'm really ashamed of, and I don't think there's any delicate way to put this. I sent her a picture of my penis.
You people are sick in the fucking head.
I started hitting the gym, ate nothing but chicken and rice, no pain, no gain, you know. Had to get that protein one way or another. I even took 3 tabs of testosterone daily to boost my testosterone. And I did that because of her boyfriend.
What does he look like?
From my perspective, he is one intimidating motherfucker. 6'3", tattoos all over his body, 8-pack. His balls have even got balls. That might be a tumor though. Anyway, he is the man. Do you think I have a chance against this guy?
How much does he bench?
I'd say 355.
And you?
About 150.
Yeah, you're fucked. Good luck with that.
Wait.
I'm lucky I'm not in his shoes. Next caller.
Hello, JP.
Wait, I remember this voice as well. Is this Henry Fisher?
It's Bruno now. Ever since I got caught evading taxes for a long time, I decided to move to a different country and change my identity so that I could become Bruno Bellamy. This self-sabotage is a beautiful thing.
Tax evasion. Fucking hell. What were you doing for the last 10 years?
Always with the question. Or followed, hey Bruno, like a drink? Hey Bruno, wanna go to a drugstore later tonight? Hey Bruno, if I wasn't straight, I'd ravage you like a fucking mad dog right now.
Fuck you, man.
I'm starting to think that's exactly what's been on your mind lately when you imagine me.
Not like that.
Oh, my Strudo. Looks like somebody's got his mum's ultimate by mistake.
I don't know if you realise this, but I have your number here. And it starts with +41. I imagine you live in Switzerland.
What? Me? Switzerland? That's silly. I could never afford a house in this Swiss Alps.
Look, just tell me what you were doing.
Oh, you know.
No, I don't know.
Has a dream about my face being rubbed over a muscular man's couch. My, what I would do just to touch a man's muffin crevasse and press him like buttons.
Why don't you stick to doing fucking bicep curls and feeling depressed about yourself, alright? Why load?
You know, I think you need to join that Omicron cult to reduce some of that now in your life. Maybe your back ain't necessarily too tight, huh? I started dating the gym a few weeks ago because I fell in love. He's got a wife. He's so kaput. And he's in politics. He's a candidate for UK's next Prime Minister.
Edward Langford, but he's so into family values.
Oh, that's just politics.
And you think getting absolutely jacked is gonna make you win him over?
That's exactly what I'm trying to do. It helps me forget about the time I brought a whale from the bar to my home. The sound of it climaxing and a sweaty, gasping mass that won't stop. A disgusting, dubbed, melodious woman moaning in your ear, drowning out your soul until you feel terrible about it and you promise yourself to never drink again.
That's enough. It was nice catching up with you two, Henry.
Bruno!
Yes, now I've got your attention.
Sorry.
And for all you ladies out there, penises and laundry. Great, now everybody's listening.
What happened to saying hello?
Are you ready to take the quiz?
What quiz? You didn't mention no.
Perfect. First question. A cheerleader at school sends you some very revealing photos of herself. What do you do in this scenario?
I don't know. Maybe send her a revealing photo back.
Wrong, asshole. You show the picture to your father and invite her over to watch an episode of Sing Bang or Get Out, the most beloved talent show on DCK.
God help me.
A friend has been stealing bottles of Test of Freedom from your local retail store. He wants to share them with you. What would be the best outcome?
Take a tab or two, because what's the worst that could happen?
You fucking idiot! You dial 911 and say that you witnessed a crime.
I don't care anymore.
Last question. You're recording a video on your phone when a car swerves out of control and takes out pedestrians on the sidewalk. What is it that you've got to do as your civic duty?
Let me guess. Whatever I say next is going to be incorrect, right?
Sugar tits. You're not getting hints from me.
I run to help the injured.
You moron! You uploaded onto your social media page with the caption LOL voting for asshole.
Right, I've had enough. Next caller.
我现在他妈可嗨了。
Oh no. Not one of those. Not another one of those Chinese people again. Surely not.
哇，你看到了吗？有很多鱼在我周围游动，这太棒了。
Sir, I don't understand your language.
是小丑，他妈的小丑！我讨厌小丑，从来都不喜欢，很可怕。我不喜欢这样，他们在这种迷幻药里放了什么？
They sound scared.
大夫，诊断结果是什么？诊断结果是我这医生跟我绝对最开心。该死，那辆坦克差点击中我，坦克，一辆坦克，他妈你怎么会在这儿？
Who here speaks Chinese?
武器来了，现在我在隧道里了，到处都是闪烁的颜色，红色、蓝色、绿色、黄色、紫色、粉红色，这大概就是触碰动脉的感觉吧。
What did they say this time?
天啊，我有枪了，还有一支文青，棒死了，他妈的太好了，砰砰砰，混蛋，拜拜外星人。
I have no words.
看着我，我是一只兔子啊，这就是我所谓的自由。我在跳来跳去糟了，有个持坏枪的男人在追我，救命啊！我想结束这一切。
I fucking hate this job. I don't get paid half a shit I'm worth. Next caller.
It's time for the lost males of the youth to start the hierarchy and rule over the women again.
Jesus, take the wheel.
I don't shit unless a bitch wipes my ass. Yeah, brother, does my hair look great?
I don't know what you even look like.
Women are like laxatives. They irritate the shit out of you. Hey, let me tell you something. What's the name for the useless bit of skin at the end of a vagina?
What is it?
A woman! Look at my muscles.
Fuck me.
Last week, I went to the country fair, and I believe they had one of those believe it or not shows. They had a woman with tits and a brain. Did I mention how big my muscles are?
People like you don't need monogamy. You need therapy.
God, I'm so jealous of the deaf people. Never heard a woman's voice once in their lifetime.
Yeah. I also envy them because they don't have to listen to the bullshit coming out your mouth.
You're such a fucking pussy. You wanna know what gets easier to pick up the heavier it becomes?
Let me guess. The woman.
Woman! Bingo, brother! You're finally getting it!
The buttons aren't working. Security?
I fucked your security, now they're all queers!
All the security guards are men. Is there a possibility that you're a homosexual?
Me? A gay? I'm as masculine as it gets, straight as a dick. Oh, I have to get off the phone. Had too much daring. I've been having the nervous shit since 11 a.m.
What the fuck do you want?
I don't like the letter R.
Here we go again.
I don't eat rice. I don't wear running shoes. I don't use razors to shave. I don't listen to rock or rap music. I don't read. Not that I can anyway. And I don't listen to radios.
What are you doing here
And I
then?
don't believe in reproduction. Which brings me to my next point. Pregnancy.
But it's beautiful. It's the miracle of life.
It's a blimpy debutante getting her fucking vagina torn to shreds while an ugly-ass baby slips out of her fucking pig sandwich.
And there goes my appetite.
All that effort of pushing for what? For that little no-good Philistine douchey bit noir desperado never do well motherfucker to crying bitch for 18 years straight, only for it to dump you and blame you for not paying its tuition? Fuck you, Christina. Yeah, I said it. Fuck you.
I don't know what happened in the court case, and I don't think I should care either.
Pregnancy is one thing. Naming that bastard is even worse. This is the part where I resort to my beginnings. If you name your child Rico, you might as well hang the flag of Confederacy in your dining room.
Oh, come on.
I don't care if my words things like these. I have the power of free speech, and I'll use it till the very day of my inevitable death. I will die for my country if it means I gotta defend my rights with words. I'm going to scream my soul like it's 1985.
Jerry, tell me one thing. How is it that out of every radio station in this country, this one had to be filled with the biggest amount of the most miserable people?
I need to smoke. Shit, where did I keep my stash?
And he's a smoker too. Amazing.
And I don't have a pack of cigarettes in any reason. Something else I need to loosen up. I draw dicks. Dicks on the doors of the adoption agencies. It helps me let out all my anger on my bitch ex-wife, Christina.
The internet is really horrible. Hanging up. The next person, please.
Hello.
Sup, bro. How you doing?
Thinking about my wife again.
Oh, what happened? Did she cheat on you?
Well, my wife went out for a beer one night, but that beer was all the way in Pennsylvania and had much bigger tits. She's probably lesbian, but I don't like to assume.
Don't worry about it. She probably wasn't attractive anyway. Must have been obese as well, but whatever.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Dimp. It's really not cool to go on about how fat people are calorie hoarders, about how they're starving children in Darfur, but yet they're the problem. You called fat people sweaty fucks that take up too much room.
did I say that?
Oh, you absolutely did. You suggested mandatory gastric bans for any Brit who's even slightly larger than you. This obsession with being thin? It's a myth. A carefully manufactured narrative pushed by right-wing media. Beauty isn't one size fits all. People deserve respect and acceptance, no matter how they choose to live or what size they are.
Absolute nonsense. Get out of my damn show. Take a look in the mirror and tell me you don't feel bad about yourself.
You are out of your fucking mind, Gimp. Why is it so hard for people like you to let someone be happy?
Because it's all bullshit. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it's people screaming about how happy they are. I'm not happy. Happiness can suck my dick for all I care. It's about duality, life and death. Ain't got time for anything fruity like happiness. Now, get out. Surely that's the last one, right? Right?
Hello, Dimp. Are you taking any interns at the moment? I'm looking for a job and was wondering what it's like working on Unfiltered 92.9.
If that means someone's finally going to take my job so that I can move to Malibu, absolutely. Where have you worked before?
Yes, I've been placed in the movie theater, a car manufacturing company, and I stole money from an old man for a whole year, which I successfully parlayed into being his in-home nurse.
You sound like a real rebel.
Well, that's what I said, but the judge just called me a registered sex offender.
Wait, I know who you are, you fucking criminal. You're Jimmy Russell, the child hustler. You're sick. Why should I let you work here when someone like you belongs in prison?
Working in a musty old building with very poor air conditioning and the temptation of being able to scream at people I don't know and barely recognize, this is a real prison.
God, you're garbage.
I'll let you treat me like garbage. You can scream at me and hit me.
I do like being abusive, I suppose.
There's a childlike quality about you. I like it.
God, you're creepy, but I feel like you understand me in a way nobody can. If I let you work here, I'm allowed to hit you 1 time every week.
5 times per week.
3.
4.
Welcome aboard.
Ow!
See you on Monday.
How the fuck did you slap me through a phone?
Thank you for tuning into Unfiltered 92.9. And I'm sorry, I don't know anymore. Okay, we got the